You're watching Alabama's WVUA News, first at 4.
March 30th is Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans Day. The VFW and Ladies Auxiliary are planning an event to help commemorate the occasion. Walter Turner's here from VFW Post at 6022 to tell us more. Walter, good to see you again.
Good to be here.
It's been a little while. I don't think we've seen you since before New Year's.
It's been a day or two.
It has. Well, what do you guys have going on this week?
Well, March 30th is Vietnam Veterans Recognition Day, is mandated by Congress, and we're having an event out at the Post on 31 March, which is that Saturday. It's starting at noon, and we're going to have some, we want to commemorate and welcome home Vietnam veterans and have Vietnam veterans open house at the Post, invite them out and welcome them home. I mean, you know, when they got back from Vietnam War, they were not, well, they didn't get the ticker tape parades, and they didn't get the pat on the back, and they didn't get the handshakes and the job well done, and they deserve it. They deserve it just as much as any other veteran that went overseas and fought in our armed forces.
There you are. President Bush didn't fly onto an aircraft carrier for them, did he?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Obviously, he wasn't the president at the time, but you get what I'm saying.
Oh, yes, I do.
Talk to us a little bit, and that's one of the things that makes our Vietnam vets so special, because that was such a turbulent time in our country. Another thing, too, people through movies, or for better or for worse, largely associate those guys with MIAs and POWs. Talk to me about that.
Right. Well, the MIAs, you know, the MIAs and POWs are the most recognizable ones we have now. I guess you could say that would be from the Vietnam War. John McCain was a prominent POW. Jeremiah Denton was a prominent POW. And it's just, you know, the stories that you hear from the people, from the troops that were in Vietnam, the trials and tribulations that they went through. The recurring theme that I keep hearing is you went to Vietnam one person, you came back an entirely different person, be it mentally, be it physically, and the people just don't realize that unless they've actually been there and done that. They've actually been in the military, been in combat. You don't really realize what goes on. The U.S. Armed Forces are told where to go fight and who to fight. It may not be what they want to do, but they're mandated to go do that. And people always, now I'm speaking off the cuff here. A lot of people tell me that they're for the troops, but they're not for the war. What's that tell the guys over there fighting? You know, you're not for what I'm doing. I mean, you're for me, but you don't care about what I'm doing. You don't agree with what I'm doing. Right. That makes them, you have to be over there and hear that and see that to realize what it does and affects a person coming back. And I've talked to we have a lot of Vietnam veterans that are members of our post. We have a lot of Vietnam veterans in this area that are not members of anything. And a lot of Vietnam veterans have passed away, and they did not live to see this day come about, when the nation is going to recognize their service in Vietnam and thank them for a job well done. And that's what we want to do at our post. We want to invite the Vietnam veterans out on Saturday the 31st, bring their families, come out there and mix and mingle and sit around and shoot the breeze, have a beer or two, shoot some pool, throw some darts, you know, and just, you know, mix and mingle among the comrades and just have a good time. And we're going to welcome them home on that Saturday the 31st as best we can. All
right, super. Walter, we're out of time, but thank you so much for being with us
Thank
today.
you.
The open house is Friday, March 30th at VFW Post 6022, and then on Saturday you're also having an event as well?
The open house is on Saturday the 31st.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so it's on Saturday the 31st.
31st at 12 noon.
There you go, at noon, all right. And you can find out more by calling 205-553-8040 after 3 p.m.